Hey everybody, Katie here, and welcome back to my bubble. I'm using a little new equipment here. I've got some new fancy microphone, and I got a tripod that was donated to me by my boss. So I'm trying to do better as far as so you all can hear me, and maybe things won't be so pixelated once I figure out how to get the mic to work with the camera. But today I'm on kind of a pinch. I gotta pick peas, and I gotta pick them now. So I also need to cover my potatoes with a little more straw. So thought I'd take you guys with me. Let's go to the garden. We've made it out to the garden. We are going to put straw on all of the potatoes here and try and pull out a little of the Johnson grass while we're at it. All the potatoes have been covered in a little bit of diatomaceous earth. Well, I guess my shadow's blocking things. Because like I said in the previous video, I have been dealing with flea beetles. And they make these tiny holes. Okay, so there's one right there. And this one's got a couple, the little black speck. That is a flea beetle. And they just jump right off. Ugh, so aggravating. But the diatomaceous earth does help. That looks a lot better. Getting everybody all tucked in. I hope they're happy. Looks really good. And the straw is a little moist, so that'll help them out as well. We've been getting a ton of rain here, so I'm not really worried about moisture right now. We did actually have a tornado here in Kentucky near some friends of ours, about an hour and a half away. So we've been thinking of them. Everybody's all good, but it's still scary. So you don't want anything to happen to anybody. So now that that's done, we're going to pick peas. This is a pea pod. I don't totally let them go to pea. I used to, and then I would sit and I would shell all of these and get all the peas out. And for the most part, we didn't eat the pod. Sometimes the first batch that I picked, we would cook up the pods in some stir fry, or just by themselves. We love them, but I have decided this year to only pick pods and not worry about the actual little pea inside. Peas, unfortunately, is a lot of work for a very little product. So all these peas you see behind me, this is one side, and they're the same on the other side. It's 2 whole pounds of peas. And out of all of this, I would only collect enough actual little peas to have 4 or 5 meals, and there's only 3 of us. So if you're trying to feed, a whole bunch of kids as well as yourself, collecting the actual pea is just not worth it. It really isn't. So we're going to collect the pods. And we're going to collect the pods because I get a whole lot more for my money out of the pod. Oh. Tastes like sunshine. It really does. So good. So that's a pretty good haul. And we'll go up and we'll blanch these and we'll dry them and we'll freeze them. But first, a friend of mine gave me some purple peas. I've never had a purple pea, and actually they didn't do all that great, but I am getting a few peas, at least enough to try it. I know your red or purple vegetables are really high in antioxidants to help fight cancer. So I can only imagine this is the best way to eat it is raw. Green pea, purple pea. Good. Not as sweet as the green pea. Now the green peas are sugar snap peas, so they are very sweet. This was good too. It does have a milder flavor, just not quite as sweet. But both really good. So we're in the kitchen now, and just wanted to show you what I go through to blanch pea pods. So most of your pea pods will have this stem on the end, and we want to get rid of that. So sometimes the top of the pea where the actual peas connect in the pod, it is darker. And so this is your spine. And what we want to do is we want to pull this end off just like that, and then pull it down, and it removes part of that spine. So that makes your peas a little more tender when you go to cook them up and eat them. And you're not going to get all of these, but I do try to get most of them out. Like I said, it just makes your pea that much more tender. So we're waiting on our water to come to a boil. And of course, that takes way longer than it does to blanch the actual peas. But in the meantime, we have gotten our ice water ready. And then I have a towel down here to dry them up real quick before I put them in a freezer bag. So now that we have a really good boil going on, I actually just go on and shut my stove off because this only takes a minute. Peas, just dump them all in there. I push them down a little bit, and if you watch, they will turn real bright green, and that's what we want. We want peak of freshness. So we'll just keep, just for a minute, burners off. You're heating them up basically long enough to just get them warm and preserve in all that freshness. So now that all of our peas have changed color, a real bright, beautiful, vibrant green, we're going to put them in our ice water. I'd say it literally takes way longer to heat up your water than it does to blanch the peas. So to be honest, before I started just doing pods, shelling the peas was the worst part. And then I would do the same thing. Now, and we're going to push them down in there, make sure everybody gets nice and cold and stops cooking. Fabulous. So now we're going to get all of our peas out on our towel so that we can get them nice and dry. I do this before putting them in a freezer bag because when you go to get some out of the freezer in the middle of December or January, they break apart a lot easier if they have been dried. If you don't dry them, they just become a pea popsicle. And we don't want pea popsicles. We'll get them all out here, and then we'll pick the ice out. Nice. Goodness. Okay, I think that's all of it. Now, we're going to spread them out kind of evenly. This is why I use a towel. You can use paper towels if you want to. I have towels I use specifically in the kitchen. So this works well for me. Now, we have our bag ready. Pea pods with the date. I have another bag just in case. Oh, and they're still a little moist. You're not going to get them completely dry, but that's okay. Like I said, this is just to make it easier to get them out of the bag in the wintertime. Now, I will make, oh goodness, 5 or 6 bags like this, and I generally get 3 to 4 meals out of each bag, depending on what I'm making. If I'm making stir fry, I won't use as much. If I'm just cooking the pea pods up, I may use more. Now we got to suck the air out of it. No, I do not own a fancy food saver because you know what? This works just as well. Oh. Get them nice and flat. Close it as far as you can, all the way to the straw. Try to get some air out of there. There you go. Ready for the freezer. So I want to thank everybody for joining me again today.